Well done.
Thanks.
What a first half to lay the foundation for that victory.
Yeah, I think the boys came out the blocks really well, really attacked the game. You know, there was a few loose bits in there, but again, they really threw themselves at it. I thought they backed each other up well. I thought the boys kicked the ball at the right times in the first half as well. There was lots of really good pressure and a good balance in that first half of how we want to play. So came in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was possession, earned territory. There was inventiveness in the play. It had everything. You didn't let Northampton into the game, in fairness.
No, and I mean, look, you know, I've said this a few times. These guys won the league playing a really well-balanced game, and they kick the ball more than anybody else in those attacking positions. And I think that's something we've been studying really hard about, how you put yourself in a position to play without killing yourself and hanging yourself. And you know, again, the boys really invested in that today. And the first half was really sharp. Obviously, second half was a little bit different.
But is that because when you look at that and think and maybe watch Northampton more to see how do they manage to put that stick in the spokes in the second half? Because it was more that they stopped you playing and some poor decisions and weak skills let them back into the game second half.
Yeah, I think we were a little bit inaccurate. We knew they'd come out, you know, firing. They're usually a very quick team to start, especially at home. They haven't lost for over a year here, so they usually come out the blocks and start really fast. So we aimed to take that away, which we did. Second half, we knew we'd probably get that. We talked about it. We talked about not giving them easy ins. They're very good. You know, they caught us on the wide channels a few times, got through. I thought the resilience and the work rate of the boys was outstanding to keep mopping it up against the best attacking team in the league and keep us in the game.
We've had some discussions this week about the idea of Gloucester's defence and attack and how difficult it is to switch into attack. Was there the possibility, because you couldn't get that fluid game going in the second half, you were more in shape defensively to, as you say, block out a Northampton side who were throwing everything at it?
Yeah, we've had a big emphasis on our defence. You know, like we say, we knew the balance would be very tricky getting between the two. I felt the last couple of Prem games before the Prem Cup break, we were finding the balance between attack and D. And I think today the boys showed like they're a very good attacking and defensive unit. And you know, we spent that second half pretty much defending, and there were some great collisions. The work rate was outstanding, and you know, I've real confidence in this group as we go along. That balance will get better and better.
Everybody comes to a game like this wanting to see big names have an impression on the game, and today Gloucester big names had an impression on the game. We thought Zach Mercer was charging around in his pomp. Christian Wade had some breaks. Santi Carreras came back from international duty and really did the job.
Yeah, look, I thought all those guys you mentioned, it's a real shame Zach came off with an injury, because I think that's his best game of the season. He was everywhere. Defensively as well, he stops that try in the corner, mopping across, and that's the sort of thing that we really want to pride ourselves on. So I thought he was outstanding. As you say, Santi Carreras tonight was sublime. Tries, kicks, high balls, he was brilliant. And look, the list goes on. I think from my point of view, the challenge after last week was like, we need to show everyone our character here. We know we had a bad half. Things happen, but we must show what we're made of. And winning the game is the pinnacle, but we needed to front up physically, emotionally, and work rate, and that was in abundance. And the second half tested us really hard.
The way the season's gone this time is next week we're into Europe, but no change in focus. It's the next game now. It's not a different competition. We've got to keep that form going into the next game.
Yeah, like the last month, obviously we did shift the emphasis onto the Prem Cup and got everybody played and did all the bits I've talked about a few times around S&C and getting everybody sharp. And now we're back in the Prem. But yeah, we've got a massive challenge at home next week with Edinburgh. They're pretty much the Scotland team who've just played very well. So last weekend against Australia. So there's a big tough challenge coming to King's-Own. We weren't happy with our last outing at King's-Own, that's for sure. So look, we'll enjoy this now. Have a good time on the way home, and then once we get the boys back in on a Monday, we'll be shifting onto that.
Well, thanks for your time, George. We certainly enjoyed the second half, and we enjoyed the final 3 minutes. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.